Hello and welcome to Ilagan Whiteboard Friday. Today let's look at when you are raising your fund, how to go about an investor due diligence. So first and foremost you would receive a checklist which is called a due diligence checklist from the investors legal and finance team. Go through that checklist. That checklist will contain these areas, things like accounting and taxation. So they would ask details of whether your books are updated or not and to share all the books of account. On taxation, they would cover each and every taxation that is applicable to your business. So initially the checklist would be pretty generic. A lot of things may or may not be applicable to you, so that the lawyers will not be sharing you a customized checklist. Technically they'll share a generic checklist, and then you have to start filling in what is applicable and what is not applicable. But on taxation, whatever is applicable, right from payroll to GST to PF, labor laws, uh, any other like, for example, like pollution control board uh, or any other statutory compliance that is needed in your case, you have to look at it. Same thing goes for things like payroll records. On the payroll records, they would look for right from employment agreements to all the documents like employee records to even founders employment agreement and stuff. And in all the cases they would need supporting documents to verify. So when you say, you can't just say that we have complied with it, you have to support with the evidence and proof of compliance for each. So things like tax payment challans, all the returns that has been filed, any documentation that has been created, any communication that you have made with the department also could come up for this thing. Secretarial records, which is a bunch of records that is needed by the company law, things like board meeting minutes, various registers, members, AGM, EGM meetings, all the share allotments, all these things are part of the secretarial records. So you will have to share each and every documents related to this for their verification. Contractors, legal contracts and agreements. So any kind of contract, as I mentioned earlier, like in payroll you will need employment contract, but things like consultant contract, vendor, customer, or any other like partnership agreement, whatever you have entered into till date, every agreement and contract needs to be submitted to the investors team for their verification and review. Next comes internal policies and practices, things like if you have any policies, for example terms of use, privacy policy, shipping policy, refund policy, data privacy policy, or sexual harassment policy, or it could be an employee handbook, any kind of policies and practices which is applicable in your case. You will need to submit all the documents and details around it so that they can review and verify. So the idea what the investor team tries to go through is basically to make sure, one, that your startup is compliant in all respect, and secondly, in contracts and agreements what they look for is if you have committed something which could cause a problem at a later date. Thirdly, that they're trying to identify whatever you are saying, we have a contract with this, there has to be a definitive written contract. It cannot be just a oral contract or an email contract. So in case if you are missing on any of the compliance or contracts, they would ask you to make sure it is done before they can give their due diligence report. So that's what I have covered it in one of my earlier videos as well, how you can be ready to make sure that you can close the due diligence in shortest possible time. So all these aspects, once you start collating all the information, then you can share it at the shortest time. Next come founders agreement. So in case if you are not a husband wife or a brother sister, brother or any relative kind of a combination, it is it'll more critical for investors to have a founders agreement in place. So if you don't have one, you might have to enter into one and then submit it to them for their review and approval. They would also do some due diligence on the founders as well, like in case if there are any kind of issues or concerns that they should be knowing, which could probably impact the startup at a later date. Things like any legal case or any kind of liability and claims or any breaches that has gone in the past. So you might have to give some proofs and details or declarations around it. So this is more about the areas that they typically look at. Then comes how do you share the data. So there has to be an agreed mode of sharing data and documents in a specified format. So like you can do it through Google Drive or through Dropbox or any other agreed media of sharing all the documents. It is also important to maintain a revision control on all the documents, because many documents would come back with feedback, then again you will update certain things and share it, and again there would be some changes. So it becomes really messy at times, which document is the latest one and which one is not. And if you don't have proper revision control, you can end up reviewing an older document or an outdated document again and again and spending much more time and effort. Then you should also try to establish at the beginning of the due diligence timelines for various activities. So like till what time you would be able to share all the info, what time is expected from them, and then some more follow-up times and stuff, so that you know broadly this is the time that would take to complete the due diligence, and after which you can enter into shareholder agreement and start receiving the money. That's it on how to go about an investor due diligence. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at hello@elegant.com. Thank you.